Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. But if you're brand new to my channel, then welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. So this specific film I'm reviewing today is called Mafia Mamma. This slapstick mob movie is now available in select theaters, but is also available on streaming platforms online. The film is rated R and is an hour and 41 minutes. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a C. Wah, wah. Now, my husband always reminds me a C is average. And I guess this film is average. To me, when I was a student, a C meant horrible failure. And this movie is not a horrible failure. There is a lot of good to be had and fun to be had. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out all the things I really liked about the movie as well as didn't like. And then I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you'll also like. All right, so let's dive in. In a nutshell, while film critics, I said that weird, didn't I? Film critics are hating this movie, ranking it as low as 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences are enjoying the performances and goofy story, awarding it a score of 67%. It was directed by Catherine Hardwicke and written by J. Michael Feldman and Debbie June. The story is about an American mother who inherits her grandfather's mafia empire in Italy when he's killed by another mobster fighting over turf. When she discovers she is in way over her head, she is guided by the mafia's consigliere as she defies everyone's expectations as the new head of the family business. All right, so there were a lot of things I liked about the movie. For example, Toni Collette. She has proven before that she can equally do well in drama, horror, and comedy. The humor and action in this script must have tickled her funny bone, or maybe it was the free trip to Italy and countless bottles of wine and spoonfuls of delicious gelato that convinced her to accept the script. I mean, who wouldn't want to do a movie in awesome Italy? She does a really great job as a fish out of water, and she seems to be truly having fun with the role. She also helped produce the movie. Also starring in the movie are Monica Bellucci, Sofia Nomvetti, Giulio Corso, Francesco Mastroianni, Alfonso Perugini, Eduardo Scarpetta, Tim Daish, and Tommy Roger. Whew, those are some Italian names there. We get to travel to beautiful Italy, of course, which I love Italy, and my husband does too. And we have kind of redecorated our home and even changed some architectural features to make it feel like an Italian villa. That's how much we love Italy. There's a lot of physical and spoken humor in the movie. Many women will appreciate the story that features a woman not putting up with infidelity, dismissive colleagues, and a second-rate life. It's empowering to watch a woman embrace her inner strengths and create a new life where she's valued and can contribute to some good in the world. Now, you might be laughing because you're going to be thinking, wait, isn't she a mafia boss? Well, yes, but she does a lot of other good things in her life. No spoilers. So there were some things I didn't like. First of all, the humor is very silly and often cringeworthy, which should make for a harmless comedy. Yet there's also violence with blood and gore that doesn't quite match the tone. The whole movie kind of plays as a parody, but you're not quite sure, is this full-on comedy or is this action mixed with some comedy? You know what I mean? There is a vulgar reference to the popular book and movie Eat, Pray, Love that is repeated many times and is supposed to make us laugh. It didn't. I just thought it was stupid. You might laugh, you might think it's hilarious, but I was just like, no. Italians will probably be offended by the way that they're represented in the film. So try to just take it all as slapstick and parody and not a true declaration of how Italians are in this world today. Let me give you some tips for parents. There are a lot of crude conversations, so many sexual references. We see a man behind a woman doing some stuff. We don't see details, but I'm just like, we didn't need to see that to know what was happening. I hate that. There's another attempted rape scene. We don't see anything, but we know and understand that that's what's supposed to be happening. There's profanity, including many F bombs. A woman vomits, and we see that, and that's super gross. We see bloody body parts during brutal deaths, violence, a man farts, lots and lots of wine. So you can see from that list, some of those things are much more rough than others. Like farting is, you know, not as offensive as body parts and blood and gore and violence, right? So let me give you some themes that the movie illustrated really well. Inner strength, courage, designing your life, finding your passion and talents, marriage, romance, and infidelity, kindness, family, legacy, and legacy. So I wanted to write down some funny lines, but a lot of them had profanity in them. And so I didn't, but I always try to write down lines so that you can kind of get a taste and feel for the script and the dialogue. You can see all of the comments on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. But I'll just share a few of the interesting lines with you. So Jenny, who's played by Sofia Nomvete, says, stop thinking about everyone else. Start thinking about you. And I have mixed emotions about that line. I know it's intended for a mother who puts everyone before her and her own needs. And so in that way, I thought, okay, yeah, she's raised her child and now she needs to, start thinking about what she wants to do with her own life and that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. On the other hand, I feel like we've heard this messaging so much in the past 10 years that I feel like society is now all about me, my needs first. There's no sense of duty, responsibility, sacrificing for others, and so I feel like that messaging is a little warped and even dangerous at times because we are such a self-centered society, at least here in America now. And so there's my 2 cents on that. Another one is when Bianca says, never let a man dictate who you are or what you can do. And this is spoken by Bianca, who's played by Monica Bellucci. And she's saying that again to the protagonist, who is a woman and a mother, and all the mob bosses and the crime lord people, whatever they're called, the henchmen, they're all guys. And so now she's thrown into this environment where she's supposed to be a mob boss taking over her grandfather's mobdom. I know that's not a word, and she feels, of course, intimidated, not interested in this job at all, but she's able to tap into her inner talents and her feminine talents in order to do some things that she needs to do. No spoilers. I don't want to give away what it is that she does. All right. So while I was watching this movie, I instantly thought of 3 movies that you should watch after you watch this or even before. I don't know. So I recommend that you see The Godfather simply because this main character, the protagonist, the mob boss lady, knows nothing about this world of gangsters and mobsters. And she's like, I haven't seen The Godfather several times, when certain things happen that you see in the Godfather trilogy. So if you're into that, then watch that Godfather movie. And really, it's a trilogy, so you can watch all of them. For years, I'd never watched it, and I wasn't really that interested in it. And then finally, I was like, these 3 are classics, and they have so much, or we have so many references to the Godfather in our everyday life or in society. And so I thought, okay, I need to see them. And so it's a very specific genre. So another movie is called The Family with Michelle Pfeiffer, among other people. And I mentioned that because she's also in the next movie called Married to the Mob. So in both of them, she's in the mob family and living that lifestyle. She's not the boss, but she's living in that world. And those are both comedies. They're both a little violent, especially The Family. But it's sort of the feminine take on the mobster lifestyle. Anyway, so check those out. If you enjoy this movie, I think you'll enjoy those as well. Thank you for spending some time with me. And I always appreciate your support when you like the video, especially when you comment down below. I love that. I love being able to reply to you and get to know you. When you get a minute, run over to Instagram and find me at Movie Review Mom there, as well as my author name, Trina Boice. I really appreciate all your likes and subscribes and follows. You know the drill. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.